I'ma bring us in for the show. It's time for another episode. So here we go. We really about to go. Hey, I'ma bring us in for the show. Welcome back to another episode of the So What Now podcast with your host, Dex.
And I'm Carla, and listen, before we started rolling, she literally said, I've always wanted to be an entertainer, because we do mic checks, and she starts singing for no reason.
I wish
it's
I
a
was
mic check.
I know, but I wish I was born with the talent to sing. So every time I see a microphone, I have to sing. Yeah.
You should. I think you're a really good rapper.
You know what?
You are, because I would say, okay, maybe not rapper. It's rapper. You know
rhymer.
Yes, you know how to put the words
together. But I don't have
together.
A flow.
You do.
I'm a rhymer.
You do.
Is that why I wanted a grill?
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell them.
So Carla and I and our friend Janine, we're getting grills.
We are.
So I saw this picture of Beyonce, and she has this cool, like, turquoise grill in. It's on the front of the Cowboy Carter, like, visual artwork book. It looks so cool, and I've been obsessed with it ever since the first time I saw it. And I'm like, I want a grill. And I just happened to mention it, and Janine was like, I want a grill too. The place that we thought you would be able to get a grill in Orlando.
She said, let's go to Magic Mall. Yeah. And here I am. I don't know either. I said, let's go, because I like something cheap.
Yeah, I wanted you to come because I wanted you to bring the gun.
Okay, I brought that too.
Just in case we need it. That's the type of neighborhood that Magic Mall is in. Just in case we need it. But we found a different location down the street. And, we was just going in for something cute.
I was with Psalm. So I was like, I'm coming along for the ride. Yeah. I'll get a grill. Kid you not, I don't know anything about grills. I grew up in the jewelry space. Yeah. But we don't do grills. Yeah. And I remember when, I'm not even kidding, they used to come in with the full grills to sell them to us, and we'd be like, oh my God. So we'd take them with like a napkin and like, and it was the worst when they would take them out.
Right there, that's
and just
wild.
give it to you. And I'm like, are you serious? That's nasty. Yeah. But anywho, they would be mostly like 10 karat or 14 karat, and we go by the weight. So we would give for grills like $30, $40 for the whole, like, top and bottom full.
And you know how much they pay for that?
I didn't know, because I've always only paid for people's teeth like $30, $40. Maybe at the tops, depending on how they go, was like $60. Yeah. These people said $100 and something per tooth. And then we went to a second person recently, and he said $4 to $5 per tooth. Mm-hmm. But anywho, the problem is that, not the problem, but the story here is that you guys found the place. Yes. We roll up. I'm a little overstimulated by the place because it's in the same neighborhood. Yeah. So we only went like 5 minutes down. A little deeper into
the neighborhood, actually.
Yes. Actually, it's not as many people around. We don't know what's going to happen.
A little hole in the wall down an alley.
But he had a lot of followers.
But
that don't mean nothing. A lot of followers could be serial killer too. I don't know. Or just like, you just don't know I think it's more of, anywho, that doesn't matter. We find the place. We get there. And there is music in the lobby. There is music in the back. They are colliding with each other. It is like slow down and like some hood, rap, underground. And don't get me wrong, it's cool. At the same time, it was wild.
It was a little overstimulating.
I had Psalm. Psalm is playing with his trucks and I'm just like, there's so much going on. So I go outside. At this point, I still don't know how much this is going to cost. Yeah. I don't know what we're really getting. I'm like, I'm just going to look through some Pinterest pictures, or maybe he has inspo. You've been looking. Yeah. I go outside to smoke, and she says, it's time.
It's time.
And when I go, I feel like you just went in like quick.
I did.
You didn't ask no questions.
I just got so excited.
We looked at the paper, and it said $130 a tooth, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, non-precious gold. And I said, what does that mean? And he said, gold plated. Bam.
That's what we want. Because I don't plan on wearing it a lot.
I'm not wearing that every day.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to spend like a cute little $100.
That's what I thought. $150 tops. Like, tops, I was going to go all out with $150. What? No. For me specifically, I'm going to have 2 teeth, my fangs open. I don't need that much gold plate. And then a bridge over it, and then some diamonds. Mm-hmm. I really want a cubit zirconia. I would have taken glass.
I said, she's getting the diamonds.
She got a big purse. She got diamonds. And I said, oh my God, okay. So how much is that? He's like, another 100. I was like, oh, for just like 2. I'm like, all right.
You're a blingy bitch. Like,
I'm really not. Right. I'm wearing an Apple Watch, SWN
but
jewelry.
That's the persona we're going to give with our grills.
Okay. All right. Well, I did all that, and I negotiated. I took $100 off my grill. When we get our molds done, I do the bottom, Janine does the bottom, we're done. She's now going to the top. She did both sides. You can now tell what the hell you asked for.
Yes, I'm gonna be iced out on the bottom and the top. We gonna record when we get them back.
Yes.
And I blacked out. I spent triple what I thought I was.
He said no. You spent almost $500.
Yeah, I did.
I spent $250.
I don't know what happened. But it's gonna be so cute because one of them is in the shape of a heart. So it's like I'm a gangster, but I'm a lover. That's my vibe. I'm a gangster, but I'm a lover.
Mine is subtle, like play with me if you want to.
I'm a rich bitch.
No, mine is play with me if you want to.
So we're so excited.
Yeah, we are. So if you didn't know, grills are expensive.
Grills are expensive, and this is all a part of my plan to make my way to the Beyonce show in Atlanta and wear a grill and drag you along with me.
Yes.
All right, so now that you know.
Okay. I mean, I told you I would go anyways. I'm not pressed on the concert.
You're right, yeah. Just go to Atlanta with me.
But I feel like there's going to be Beyonce festivities.
Yes. Do you know I realized the other day I've only been to Atlanta twice. I feel like that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, both times I didn't hang out in Atlanta. I went to like the suburbs, outskirts of Atlanta.
Oh, so you've never hung out in Atlanta?
No. I mean, it just seems so close. It feels weird.
There's nothing unless you know someone there, I guess, or you go to like the Coca-Cola thing or the aquarium. But we have that.
Oh, yeah.
You don't really have a reason to do all of that.
I guess not.
I think the only reason why I've gone so much is because friends are there or work.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, we're well into June now, and I don't think I said it. Happy Gay Month for our gay people. That's a sound on TikTok. I'm not trying to be offensive. You never seen that?
He
go a gay cape for you because you gay and all. You feel like the rainbow. Happy Gay Month.
It is Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
And I don't care how many times y'all call me conservative and alt-right. I believe in everyone's rights. Yes. And I do not, that's not something that I am conservative about. No, you live your life because that's the right thing to do. You let people live their life. And they ain't none of your business.
Right.
What
no matter
you
how
do
many
with your
babies they want to have.
privates.
Okay, sorry. Won't go there. We won't go there.
No,
anyway,
but it is Pride Month.
Girl, I'm looking at the notes. We forgot to do a Woman of the Week.
We did forget. And I was going to say Mary Magdalene. Because Mary Magdalene was great, right? She was the first person that saw Jesus resurrected.
Okay.
She was like the earliest woman really in the Bible. People said she was a prostitute, but she was not. She was not a prostitute. Okay. But then you said, I got a better one for you. That was just what came up to mind. I feel like Mary Magdalene was in my heart. I don't know why. I don't even think about her.
Mary Magdalene. I'm gonna do my Woman of the Week is she's a baby, but it's gonna be Remy Carter. Oh. Keeping with the Beyonce theme. She is getting me through like the rough weeks. Like every week she does something new on this show, and it is hilarious. And it's also like us reading into it, but it's like, look at these big sister, little sister vibes.
It's so cute. Every time, I haven't seen as many as you have, obviously, but every time I see Blue, she's just like,
come on, girl.
Give me your hand. Yes. Like, I'm trying to be, just come on, girl.
The other day, Miss Rumi got up there and threw her cowboy hat off, girl.
I didn't even see her with a cowboy hat. Yes. That's so cute.
She's so funny. And then someday she'll get up there and it's like, she don't look like she want to be here today. It's like, oh, y'all didn't approve my PTO request, I see.
Clearly not. She's like, I got to sing this part again. I got to hear the same 5 lines again.
I love it. She's the highlight of many of my weeks lately.
Definitely. I love that she's allowing some of her personality to shine through. And she looks like a really fun kid to be around.
Yes.
She looks fun.
It looks like she keeps Beyonce them on their toes, though.
Oh, for sure. Beyonce hasn't gained any weight, not because she's over here practicing for this tour and dancing and doing that.
No, she's
running around with Rumi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what's the boy's name? Sir
Carter.
He probably over there giving them a hard time too.
Hopefully they have at least one chill twin. Don't the Lord usually balance it out for you?
I don't know.
I hope so. That would be hard.
Both of them
2 wild twins?
Yeah, I don't know how that would
Actually, I have twin nieces and both of them crazy. They is, now that I think about it.
But it's a boy and a girl.
2 girls.
The girl, okay.
2
the little
girls,
ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no balance there. They both would just tell us off all the time.
The older ones, they're a year apart? They're not twins?
No. There's none of them are a year apart.
2 older ones that are almost the same.
A boy and a girl? No.
Yeah.
No, they're
How
not
far
twins.
apart are they?
Like a year and a couple months.
Okay. Because I'm like, they look the same height and everything. Like, they were pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's go into our womanhood segment.
Okay.
We have to still be women out here.
Let me tell you what I'm I don't know why, because like I'm kind of not in a relationship, kind of in a relationship.
You
Y'all know who I
so
am.
much.
But anyway, it just happened to come across my screen on TikTok. Y'all know I be on TikTok. This lady was talking about body language and how it impacts you dating. And based on what she was saying, I was like, we really don't be looking like we available, and we think we looking like we available.
I don't think I look like I'm available.
Like when we see a guy that's good looking, like we don't smile at them. We don't come up to them. It's like, come up to me.
No, I go somewhere else.
Yeah. And so this lady was saying that like your body language has a huge impact on whether or not a guy will have the confidence to approach you based on you seeming like that you're into them. And whatever you assume is enough for them to realize, whether like we usually think like a little passing glance is enough. No, like studies show you have to look at the person like 5 times more than you thought you would for them to have a clear indicator.
So where it feels
that it's clear to approach you. Yeah.
So you need to look until you feel uncomfortable.
Yes, exactly. Hold the glance, she said.
How
hold
long?
it. Just hold it a little.
Okay, hold it.
Actually smile at the person. Yes.
How much do you smile? Because there's like a show your teeth.
Yeah.
Or there's like
she said smile and make it clear that you're smiling at them. So smile with the eye contact. Not just smiling around the room, like smile with the eye contact.
I'm gonna say creepy, but very awkward.
Feels very awkward, yeah. Because it's like I want him to like me, and I want him to come up to me. It don't matter if he knows that I'm interested, right? Okay. But it's like no, you have to like open it up more, or else you're gonna reduce your.
You gotta open it up more,
right? So we went out last weekend,
yes,
and I said I'm gonna try it. Research purposes for the podcast.
At this point, I didn't know what she was doing, but she said, I'm going to try something I read.
Yeah, so Carla, like, got there a little bit after me. I was, like, hanging out with other friends. So I was like, there's nobody in here, first of all. The choices?
Slim pickings. Actually, none.
Slim pickings.
I didn't see not one, even in relationship.
Had, like, beer bellies and stuff. But I said, I'm supposed to do it for the plot. So I practiced. I smiled at people. I made eye contact. Right?
You did.
I held it.
You looked very
happy.
And
this guy actually did approach me.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, this works. So I'm in the line to get food because we was at an event that sold food, which is nice. And he comes up, he's like, hey, you've been waiting in this line for a while. I see you want to like let your homegirl like hold the line. And I go get, we go get a couple of drinks at the bar. And I said, I don't drink. I drink. I just didn't want no drink with him. And he was like, oh, okay. And he walked away.
She was on a line.
I was on a line to get food.
And the food was probably cheaper than
now,
the drinks.
You tell me if I'm wrong. But I would expect your next line, sir, to be the offer to buy my plate.
Right.
It's a $20 plate. You only want to get me drunk, so you try to hunch me tonight. That's what my mind went.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I feel like they don't look
He just walked away.
Maybe he believed that you're saying I don't drink was a way for you to say no.
No, but I smiled at him. I was like, oh, yeah, no, nice to meet you. I was like, actually, I don't drink. And I didn't say I don't drink and looked away. I was like, oh, no, I don't drink. And I held this, you held the gaze with the smile?
Yeah. And he said, okay, bye.
Yeah. He was trying to fuck. That's what that was. He wasn't trying to have no connection with me. He was trying to have drunk pussy.
At that event?
Yes.
Probably.
He was looking for low-hanging fruit.
Ooh.
And that is not me. Okay?
Because you don't do transactional with your body. He should have
paid for my plate. And the next day when he texted me, he should have said, what is your Duke Energy account number so I can pay your light bill? And then it would have been love at second sight.
Second sight. And then now you would have given him some of your loving.
But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep this research going. For y'all, though. Not for me. Because I kind of got somebody in my room. But I'm going to keep the research going. I am. And we're going to see if I get an actual date.
I'm doing a little research.
I'll go on a date for research purposes.
I'm going on a date for research purposes. I might need you tonight.
Okay.
I went back on Hinge. And I said, okay, well, I just have to do uncomfortable things. And I'm using a lot Psalm as an excuse. I don't have a babysitter.
And you don't ask for a babysitter?
Not for this. Quickly, for Bali, for work, like something that it is really hard for me to take time off or like ask for someone to watch Psalm if I'm not generating income.
Okay.
So that's why usually I'll find things like the pool or things like that because I'm like, well, girl, what is you doing? Or I'll do something where it's at night that he'll be sleeping. I don't know. It's probably a little toxic, but whatever. I went on Hinge and I started replying. So I usually send you the messages or Jenna. Both of you guys are very good at replying very intentionally.
Yeah.
I just want to talk. So they start asking questions and I'll give a whole spiel and then I'm like, off the app, forget all about it. So I never end up going on a date. So right now I am about to go possibly on a date today.
Oh, tell me.
That one went okay. I did download a Google number.
Okay.
Because I realized I'm giving my number. Now I'm really trying to get out and go on a date quickly. Mm-hmm. I can't be giving other people my number.
Okay.
Because you do a reverse lookup and you can find my address, my name.
I did not know that.
Yes. So I went ahead and got me a Google Voice number. So this guy's name, I'm not going to say his name.
Change his name and say
okay. So his name is, actually it's a terrible name. Let's call him, I don't know, Light Bright.
Let me see his name.
Okay. Give him a name. What name would you give him?
Where's his name?
Oh, scroll down.
Oh, okay. I see what his name is. Ooh.
Right.
Head. Let's call him Head. Got a big ass head. Let's call him Head.
He look a little bit ahead. He is a CEO at a tech startup founder. Okay. He's 39. He's 5'11", which means he's probably 5'9", 5'8", possibly.
But CEO, depending on the income of the company, could give him 2 inches of height. Go ahead.
Yeah, it could. He went to Morehouse and Boston University. Let me not say anything else because possibly.
Why not?
They could. Oh, I don't know.
We find out if he's talking to somebody else.
Okay,
Keep
perfect.
Going.
So
you're nicer than me. I'd have said his first name. Damn it.
We about to expose you. He said he's figuring out his dating goals. I'm intentionally making time to find my person, but I need someone with patience, understanding. I'm a CEO in my working prime. My purpose is important to me. Same. Therefore, you won't try to then if you don't have time, you got to have money, right?
Okay, keep going.
Well, that's about it for me. I saw that he was in aviation. I think he jumped off a plane or on a plane. Whatever. He looked like whatever. Okay. I'm not even trying to. I'm just trying to get out on a date. I'm not looking for a husband right now. Mm-hmm. So it was awkward at first because he was like, "Hey, Carla." I said, "Hi." Then he goes, "How's it going? You having fun in this rain?" Yeah, rain is nice. I have some really incredible pictures from the coast. Okay. What do you want me to do? On Hinge, you can't send pictures, so you're not going to show me the pictures. So what do you? Okay. I didn't like that. So he goes, those eyes tell a very detailed story. What is it? Now, initially I was going to be like, roll my eyes, go away.
Yeah.
Then second, I was going to tell a whole story. Well, backstory would have wrote 10 pages. Then I went to ChatGPT, and this is the research I'm doing now. So I'm going straight to ChatGPT. I have a full thread where I'm like, this is my dating Hinge profile thread with ChatGPT, and I'll copy and paste. I'm like, this is my first communication with this person. What do I respond? So per ChatGPT, I said, look, I don't want to talk to these people on this. I can't concentrate. Get me onto a date. So the response from chat was, oh, there are definitely stories behind these eyes, but I'm not willing to give them all away on an app. What's your schedule like? Let's trade stories over lunch or dinner instead. Real connections over endless messaging.
Yes, chat. Yes.
Right? So I said, okay. So he said, girl, don't tempt me with a good time. Why don't you give me your number so we can nail down specifics?
Okay. I like that.
So I downloaded the thing real quick and I sent him the number. He texted me right away. It was like 9 something. He's like, can you talk? And I was like, no, I'm in bed. But whatever. He's like, okay, we can meet tomorrow. Actually, this might not be who I'm meeting today. Oh, shit. This is not who I'm meeting today? I think I'm meeting somebody else. I got to keep it. Oh, no, I'm meeting Brandon.
Okay, we
not
don't like
the
Brandon?
other one.
We don't like Brandon?
I forgot what Brandon looked like. Hold on. Oh, Brandon is the guy that said he remembers me. Oh. So this one I'm meeting tomorrow, supposedly. The other guy, oh, no, where is he?
Brandon
right here, Brandon. Brandon said to me the first thing, surprise, surprise, Carla, I've been waiting to match back with you. I didn't really get a chance to speak to you last time. How have you been? What's new your way? And I'm like, I don't remember you.
Yeah.
So am I supposed to pretend like I remember you? So I went to chat. Yeah. And I said, chat, he said this. I don't know what he's talking about. I'd like to just go on a date. Response from chat. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't totally remember you. Smiley face. But you've got my attention now, so let's not waste any second and drinks this week.
Yes, chat.
No, it says, let's not waste a second chance. Drinks this week?
Yeah.
So he said, okay, when you're free. I told him sometimes, and he set it up immediately last night for today.
Okay, so why wouldn't you be going on the date today?
You're not tired yet? It's our second episode.
Yeah, you need dating practice.
Yeah, I know.
Is he cute?
I'll show you. This is him.
Is he cute? What does he do for a living?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get stuff.
Okay, he's not a bad looking guy.
Okay, what does he do?
He's weirdly attracted to eyes and mouths. What that mouth do?
Okay. My mouth can do some things after you pay for some stuff.
What does he do for a living?
I don't know.
Oh, he's a firefighter.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. Yes.
How much do they make? He lives in Cocoa.
He has benefits. I can take benefits.
That's okay, and he's looking for monogamy. I like that.
Yes.
He lying, but I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Has he said anything to you today?
Yes, and I haven't answered.
Okay, he said that he loves desserts. So get a cake to go for me. Yeah, he's not a bad looking guy. A little thick for me, but he's not a bad looking guy. I say go on the date. I would happily babysit the baby for you. If he hasn't said anything today, I don't love that. No, he has.
He actually last night he said that place. He said City Walk, and I don't want to go to City Walk. That's why I didn't respond.
Oh, you haven't responded all day, Carla? That's not how you confirm a date, bitch.
Okay.
You probably not going on the date, bitch. Just half the day is over.
Oh.
Why not just go to City Walk? There's nice restaurants out there.
There's a lot of people there, and it's like the parking. It's just too much.
VIP park, and he gonna pay for it. When you walk up there, be like, hey, here's the ticket for my parking.
You don't have to prepay? I think you have to prepay.
No, you pay when you leave. But either way, here's the receipt for my parking.
I just was going to offer a different place.
Somewhere in that same area, though.
Okay.
So Dr. Phillips is close to there.
Good. That's what I thought.
But if you haven't responded, bitch, I don't know if you're going on a date tonight.
I am. It's me.
The ADHD got you. You don't know who you going on the date with, what time, what day.
Yeah. He said good night and everything with a long message. Then this morning, and then a question mark.
Hey, you just have to respond like a man. Dang, I just woke up.
I was about to say whatever you said.
Tonight. We still on for tonight.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, we'll see when we finish here if I am going on a date.
Or sometime this week. I would gladly babysit for you.
Okay. So while we're talking about me, I bring this all up because we did see, I saw something online recently that went viral. But before we get there, we've had these conversations before, and I'm trying to figure out how to show up in a dating capacity, right? As a woman and all these things. And we've had these conversations, so we're going to touch on it again, especially because I'm starting to realize and understand what it is that you meant. And like Jenna from last episode, when you say my presence is enough, like what I bring as a woman is equal in value to the money that I'm asking for, or the experience, not even money, the experiences that I'm asking for, because we're not necessarily asking for cold hard cash unless you.
I am, not you though. I am, not you.
So I am starting to understand, like, you know what? It's right. Because as women, we have this power, this aura, these things that we bring to specifically men. So I don't know how Pride Month lesbians go about this, because you both have amazing aura. So that's just a lot of greatness going on there. But for a man, you can't get that, right?
Right.
So what we bring, you can't even buy, you know? So to have me around, there's no value to that. Right. I can't put a price on it. Okay, so her name is Sarah Fontenot, and she is a podcaster. She is an entrepreneur. I'm not really sure what she does, but I know she has her podcast, and she's constantly going viral. And she was having a conversation where she says that she calls women who prefer transactional relationships brokies. I'm going to play some of it, and then I'm going to kind of say why this prompted me to be like, you know what? Whereas at one point in time, I think I would have agreed with her. Where I am now, I don't. Let me see.
Some of these women are brokies too. And what I mean by that is all they have to offer is their body. You empty. If all you have to offer is, that's prostitution.
Man,
if you get it after a meal, it's straight up prostitution. I don't know if I could say that, but I said it and I meant it and I said it from my chest. If all you want is what a man could do from you, if all you want is what a man could do for you, if all you want is the dating experience, get it how you live it, boo. But we all know it's a transaction. There's nothing wrong with that. But also, you know what? I don't care about the lifestyle. I care about the entrepreneurial young women that are looking up to these girls, and the Chanel shoes and the Bentley trucks and I have a lot of those things. However, I have real businesses. They laying on their backs, acting like they're entrepreneurs, and that's my struggle.
Tune it up.
I'm just
I just went left. I wasn't expecting to take our conversation that far, you know, because it's more like how we're showing up as women and what I want as a woman at this point in time. She clearly leads a different life. Her, what's it called? she's not married. She's a single woman. She's dating, and she's said that out loud before. I don't agree with a lot of what she says, because I feel like it becomes like a little toxic masculinity, honestly, where it gives men the chance to be like, well, if you're not someone who monetarily matches me, then you're not enough. And I feel like I would have said that before, where I've always looked at my value and the money that I have or the homes that I have. And now I'm like, wow, although I have that, what I can bring you, it's so much more than what my money can give you. Because I can 10 times your money just by my presence and the things that I can say to you and the peace that I can bring to you and the knowledge that I can bring to you that's not money. Yeah. You know, just from coming from with a woman's point of view to your male-centered business. So I just wanted to really understand what you feel whenever you're like, my presence is enough. What is that you're always talking about?
I think it depends on, so I think what she's saying, she's speaking specifically about the transaction of, you take me to dinner, I give you sex. That's one thing, right? I think all relationships between male and female are transactional. What you are trading, though, isn't always sex, right? Sometimes it's just like energy. Sometimes it's time. Sometimes there's like these different power dynamics. So I don't think there's anything wrong with transactional relationships. I think once you realize that relationships between men and women are transactional, you date a lot better. Oh, you do. Okay. Like once you get out of the fairy tale of we're gonna fall in love and give each other our everything, like you date a lot better. You understand that with this, there's benefits for me and there's benefits for you, and it goes both ways. Right.
I mean, the way that they've always said, relationships are a business, right? Or marriage is a business, and I believe that is a business, but I didn't think about, especially like in entrepreneurship, there are business partners that sometimes aren't the back end money makers, closing. They're actually the ones that speak to the employees, the ones that can keep everything settled, the ones that make sure things are paid, the one that has the organization and the systems in place and that make the place look pretty. Like there are times in my business where I have to hire out and pay for someone to just get the systems going, to visually make it look good, because all I have is a vision. So in a relationship with a man, I can see that now. I just don't know if I would go as far as thinking that fairy tale isn't real. Okay.
Also, once you decide what you want out of the transaction, you're going to date much better also. Is it, I want someone to like worship me? Do I want monogamy? Do I want someone to be able to go 50-50? Do I not care about 50-50? Do I want them to pay all the bills? Like once you get out of the, oh my gosh, I'm going to meet someone, we're going to fall in love, like spiritual, emotionally, we're going to fulfill all of each other's needs. We're never going to desire to be with someone physically outside of our relationship. Desire, keyword here. I'm not saying act on it, but I think it's realistic to have those desires. That would happen. I think so. I think once you get out of that and you realize it is transactional, you identify what you want out of the transaction, what type of transaction you want, you're going to be that much happier.
Because I can agree with like, yeah, girl, you don't have to have sex for a meal. No. Like, I don't think any woman has to do that at any point in time. You can get fed without having
you get
sex.
More meals not hunching them, honestly, girls. Yeah. So that's the key that you're looking for. If anyone's here for that type of advice.
you are the longer you hold out, the more that you're just like, and it's not holding out to get more, essentially.
For me it is. I'm just kidding.
I feel like it's holding out to get a little bit different respect, get to know me. And then you in turn also get to know them and know, is he even worth to have like a piece of me?
Exactly.
I have talked to men that I'm like, I am so glad I did not. And I just kept talking and I'm as long-winded as I am.
Let them keep talking. Okay? A man will talk himself out of some pussy.
Yes. Quickly. Or text himself out of it on Hinge.
Yes.
It is crazy how one message can get you to be like, unmatch. What? You're weird. Don't do that. If you're this weird talking, can you imagine how weird you would be if I was naked? Yeah. Or after I actually give you some of this good, you would lose your mind. No, I don't want that. But for our girls or for women out there, because I'm grown and I still don't know what I'm doing out here. No, I know now that relationships are transactional. Yeah. They are going to be transactional. And as a woman, I don't want to lead, I'm working on it, with what I'm bringing to the table outside of what I'm doing. So I actually had a conversation last night because there's just somebody who just like to get cussed at.
The man that you describe that you want does not care about how much money you make, Carla.
I know.
The man that you describe specifically.
I know.
So.
Doesn't care, but I care how much he makes.
I know.
Because I feel like sometimes
But a man in that tax bracket and things like that, like they don't care about that.
Yeah. The person called again. And I said, you gotta be kidding me.
Must be a drought. Or do you think he really in love?
So after yesterday's conversation, he decides to admit that he didn't give himself a chance during the time or whatever else. But
he didn't give himself a chance
while we were when we were talking, while we were dating.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, whatever. But he said that he felt some type of way about when he asked me for dinner. I said, okay, well, let me know when you're gonna buy me my clothes and my shoes to take me out. I said, absolutely, this weekend, I need a dress and shoes. And he was like,
and that's not normally her response. She's just over this person.
This person specifically, because I gave them a year and we talked about it. And then there was a point in time that I was like, you know what? This has been fun. It's cool. But I think that we're just not going in the right direction. He's like, no, I want it. And I was like, are you sure?
And before that, he was like, we're seeing what it is.
Yeah. And then he was just like, no, I want this. And we're going to work on it. I'm like, I promise you, it's not that serious. I don't actually want to try because I don't think it's going to go nowhere. No, it is. It is. And then we do all that for him to just not do anything of what he said. So that's what really pissed me off. So I invested a lot of time, money, effort, but the money wasn't even an issue. It was more of the time and the effort that I put towards it. So I said, okay, well.
So he felt some kind of way about you responding that way.
Correct. Okay. So I explained to him last night, I hit the blunt a couple of times. I said, here it goes. Let it out again because I love to just let it out on him. Clearly, he's not understanding what I'm trying to tell him. I said, now I need a trip to Europe.
Oh, you just up in the stakes.
I said it was a dress and some shoes before. Now it's Europe.
Just because up in the stakes.
Well, because I told him, I said, I invested all this time and I know that you're saying this way, but at this point, you and I don't align on many things. I don't see you as someone that I would actually be in a relationship with. Therefore, what you want to have is fun, right? He's like, I love when I talk to you. Bam. My conversations are great.
Exactly.
I'm entertaining you. You're having a good time. So you know when you're out with me, you're going to have a good time. Now, I invested a lot of time in you specifically. So now if you want a good time, so do I.
Right. Exactly.
And my good time that I want is Europe. And I want to do Amsterdam and I want 2 weeks. He said, but wait, that's it. Call me then. He said, so I can't call you before then? No. I was just checking up on you. Don't check up on me.
I'm good.
It should be full name, what dates, and then he's like, well, you can't even get a babysitter for that long. I said, yes, I can, because you're going to pay $250 a day for somebody to show up, and whoever that is going to stop out of their job and be here for those 2 weeks. $250 a day. He's like, I got to come up with that too. Yes. Yes, you do.
Do you think he's going to call back?
No, I don't. And I hope that he doesn't. And if he does, I'm going to be elated. And he said he understood where I was coming from. I'm like, you know me. So you know I'm asking for one, something I can provide for myself, and two, the equivalent of what I gave you during that year. And that's less than. So at this point, you need to come and show me something. And he's like, if it wasn't you, I would have been hung up the phone, but I do know where you're coming from, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, then get to working on it. And then he was like, well, there's no in between the clothes and Europe. And I said, I don't know, maybe you can be like, hey, tomorrow for 3 days, Eden Rock, Miami. And I might say, it's like, all right, Eden Rock. I said, no, now it's not Eden Rock because I just gave you that idea. Come up with something else. Not my idea. And he was like, all right, I'll come up with something. I said, and don't forget the babysitter. Don't forget the babysitter has to get paid. And then we hung up, and I don't know if he'll call me. If he calls me again, because another thing I said, if when we leave dinner, I can't go back to your house.
Ooh.
And I said that. He doesn't live with another woman. It's not another woman. I can't go back to your place, so we got to come back to my house. I said, at least when you take it to Miami or Europe, we got a hotel to go back to have fun.
Yeah.
If it's just going to stay at a fun thing. But what I want to go to dinner for, I said, I like to cook. And Uber Eats, amazing. And I stay here with my vagina hairy, like my hair not done, teeth unbrushed. I don't have to worry about it. Now I got to shave. Now I got to put perfume on, do my hair, put my makeup. I did that already for you. Europe. Motivation. So we'll see if he gets it.
Do you want him to?
I want to go to Europe.
Okay.
And I know he's fun.
Yeah.
Like, at least I have a good time with him.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm not putting any pressure, which I told him, let's not put any pressure of anything else, but you're not going to come to my house all the time.
Yeah.
No. And then ask me to pay for the food. I paid for our vacations.
Ooh.
And I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Because I was going to do it anyway.
I know, because like I said, you don't care about that type of stuff. Really, you don't. You know what I mean? You don't.
Yep.
With the right person, you don't care about that
With
type
the right
of stuff.
person. He's the right person for Europe.
And it's almost like he took advantage of it.
Yeah. So too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna date. And I believe that my presence is worth what I'm asking for.
I'm glad you finally came to that conclusion.
Because but with him, I can say it because he knows what I can provide.
Yeah. But we might have to actually get real about our expectations.
Oh, shit.
Because women are surpassing men in so many different ways. Being degreed up, highly educated, multiple degrees, high positions in corporate America. Also, I saw something online about like women own 2.7 million more homes than men. So you saying you can't go back to his house? That's the norm. That is the norm. So is it still realistic? Okay, that's true.
I can go back to your apartment.
Yeah, you can get
penthouse. It's rented, but it's a penthouse.
Yeah,
like it's okay.
A clean apartment.
A clean up. No, like I'll be serious. Yeah, I can do a nice apartment. Like that's fine. Eventually, you can buy. I know that home ownership is different, but it is insane how my friends are out here buying real estate and putting themselves in positions, and men are looking at us like, "Oh, you think you're better than me?" It's not better, but you have an advantage to me.
Right, because the world is set up for men to succeed over women.
Right, and you literally have all this at your fingertips, but you're choosing not to do what people before you have done, or men before you have done. I mean, it also came with like abuse and all that and cheating and stuff, but now it's like they want us to be okay with them just not having anything. Actually, case in point, we have a clip. Where is that clip at? Is it the last episode?
What's
Did I
this
put
one
it on
about?
there? Here we go. I'll put it here. I think this one actually can go with it.
You got it?
Nope.
I got it.
That's not it. The Dave Ramsey one.
Oh, it's right here.
Will it? It's not.
Ooh, we so unorganized.
Here we go.
To work, and is that a deal breaker?
Hold on.
I'm a 40-year-old surgeon.
This is some auntie shit for real.
We'll figure it out. I don't even know where you found it.
On the
My
page.
boyfriend doesn't want to work, and is that a deal breaker? I'm a 40-year-old surgeon. In my first job, last year I made about $280,000. This year I'm expected to make close to $500,000 in the second year of my work. My boyfriend of 1 year is an actor, and the entire time I've known him for about a year, he's had 2 days of work as an actor, and he made less than $23,000 last year, so he didn't qualify for the Actors Union health insurance. But we want to continue our relationship, eventually get married and live together. But he says because the house will be under my name, he doesn't feel like he should pay for any part of the mortgage. He also can't. And I'm wondering if that's a deal breaker, or if I should just suck it up and pay for the expenses because I can.
What do you think, Jenny? Is that attractive to you?
So this goes back to what I was just saying about relationships are transactional. And if you know what you want out of the transaction going into the dating world, you're going to come out so much better. Because she does need to decide, with all the money she makes, she actually don't necessarily have to have a partner that makes money at all, right? She doesn't have to, depending on the lifestyle she wants to have.
I literally know someone who just did this.
But right now, she doesn't even know if that's important to her or not.
Yeah.
And so she don't spend, I don't even know if she said how long they've been dating.
A year.
Right. She spent all this time with this person. And she don't even know if she hasn't decided what she wants out of the transaction to be happy.
I think she's mostly fearing what people are telling her, because as I've watched someone that I know do this, she got married to a man. He's a stay-at-home dad. She fully, from what it seems like, and she said like is financially supporting him.
That works for some people. Some people want to be a career woman and they want to have kids. An ideal way to do that without having strangers watching your kids is for him to be a stay-at-home dad.
And he seems to be loving it. He seems to have wanted it. They talked about it before. So I just don't know if I can do that. And am I being like toxic by thinking that I can't do that?
No, I don't think you're being toxic in thinking that. I think you have to decide whether or not that works for you, because if it doesn't, and you meet a man and you get in relationship with a man who cannot provide those things, then you become toxic, because you be like, why are you sleeping?
And
why are you sleeping? Why are you not up yet? Why haven't you gotten a part-time job? What do you mean you only made this amount of money? Why haven't you come up with a solution when the whole time this where he been? So you ain't have no business messing with him in the first place.
I can't stand a man that sleeps.
So that's when it becomes toxic, trying to change the person, trying to force the person to change.
if you fucking with me and you sleep past 8:30 in the morning, I'm breaking up with you.
They're not allowed to sleep on
You're
Carla's
not
watch.
allowed. Don't sleep around me. You better be sick with a fever, throwing up. Do not sleep past 8:30 around me. What? There are things to do. Or at least just be up, making breakfast. Something. You have to be working, but you need to be moving.
Yeah.
Start the day and then sit on the couch maybe to watch something. Mm-hmm. But you better have made some money that morning.
Yeah, so I don't know if that would work for you.
With saying all that, we are making more money. We are owning more homes. Do I need to now settle?
That's up to you to decide.
Is it considered settling if
right?
You're
that's
good
what I was
with?
just about to say. It doesn't have to be considered settling. Different people have different standards.
Okay.
But that's something that you need to decide.
Or different preferences.
Now, for me, it don't work. Because I'm not a career woman. I want to be kept. I don't want to be the keeper.
Okay.
Like, I'm clear in that won't work for me.
Okay. I guess maybe I don't know.
If it would work for you, like that's something for you to decide. I would never try to influence you. I just say try to be clear on it before you get down that path.
Is that what dating lets you see? What you want to do?
No, and that's another thing. Like, I think you're supposed to go into dating knowing what you want as the end goal. Like, I'm not saying that you have to like have the package completely buttoned up, but as the end goal, I do think you need to.
I think I don't want to date for an end goal. Well, the end goal is like it's gonna end. I just want to have fun.
Okay, so your goal is to casually date.
I think so.
Right. As long as you make that clear up front, you know the end goal. For us to just casually date when we're no longer having fun, we cut things off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm scared of saying that out loud, but I think I'm going to say it.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think they're going to look at me as a whore.
Girl, no. Because just because you're having fun don't mean you're fucking everybody. My experience with that is they go harder. Because they want to be the winner in the end.
Oh, okay.
They try to change your mind, which is very toxic because I said what I said and I meant what I said. But I'm going to play the game with you and let you try to change my mind. Okay. Because that benefits me.
Okay, I'm going to try that
So you're going to take me on a Ferris wheel and you're going to take me on a helicopter to beat this one out? Let's do it. I'm game.
And that happened. And that, y'all, is true story.
There's power in being clear about what you want in dating.
Okay.
You can definitely avoid, at the very least, you're going to avoid hurting people's feelings. They hurt their own feelings.
Yeah.
If they continue.
Because I'm pretty open. When I started with the guy that I was talking about earlier, we started with that. I'm like, I really don't know what I want. I'm not emotionally available right now, but we can hang out. We were just friendly for months. Mm-hmm. And then when things happened, I was like,
what is this? And he was like, I don't know. Chill. I did not like that.
No, and then when he said all that, I was like, okay, cool. And then when I was like, you know what, I actually don't think I want to go. Oh, no, now I want to go hard.
Now I want to go hard, yeah.
Not when I told you I was just the casual should have, I don't know, whatever. But I'm going to try more casual. And I'm not doing, you're not just going to come over and hang out. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hang out. I have enough hanging out people.
Right.
I don't, yeah.
No.
And I don't want to just be on the phone on FaceTime all the time either.
No, I don't FaceTime in.
I like to FaceTime.
For what?
Because I like to talk. You be napping when I'm talking.
I don't want to talk on the phone. And I don't want to FaceTime.
So I enjoy hearing other people's like point of views on
things. I'm talking about to them, not to my friends.
That's just people.
Yeah, we can do that in person, at the beach, on a trip.
Okay.
Nice restaurant. On a walk. Okay. But on the electronics, no. I'm old. I don't know how to work the phone. Matter of fact.
I don't have one.
Exactly.
I don't flip phone.
I gotta do the little rotary thing.
Fine. I'm gonna work on it now. Again, here I am. I still talk to the old man from Philly. He'll still say, but it's nothing like it's not a romantic thing.
I seem like such a man hater because he misrepresented.
He did.
He misrepresented. I don't like that.
1,000% he misrepresented. But good thing I didn't go into it thinking it was going to be something, so it doesn't really bother me.
It's 3:26.
Okay, we'll go through this one pretty quickly.
Which one are we gonna do?
Trump.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to move on to motherhood.
Yes. So go ahead.
I came across an alarming statistic.
Okay.
We're about to go extinct. Because in order for us to sustain human life, every woman needs to have 2.7 children.
I can't do the 0.7.
I don't have no more in me.
I can't even do 0.7.
Right.
You still need 1.7.
So we're out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
who cares? I won't be around then either.
Jesus, come get us, but wait till my kids live a full life. wait, because my great
Jesus, wait at the corner.
Hold on, give me a second, because I don't really know. I'm not really going to know my great grandkids. So you can stop at my great grandkids. The ones that I know, stop at those. And after that, kapoosh, come back. Them other ones, that's fine.
Send the water
There's
in.
two. I wasn't even here to influence them. So I know they're going to be just raggedy. Okay.
Right. So they want us to have all these kids.
No.
And in the same world that Trump is now introducing his big, beautiful bill.
Ooh, honey. He done pissed off Elon.
And a part of it is changes to food stamps or SNAP benefits for the newer people.
Mm-hmm.
When they start calling it SNAP.
Not when I had them. We had food stamps. I had the check, okay? That I had, the WIC check, remember, it came.
Oh, WIC.
And then food stamps at some point. Oh, no, it was always a card.
No. So when my mama got, I'm telling her business. When my mama got food stamps, it was these papers.
So that's what, okay.
They were like dollars. No, you think about WIC. That's different because WIC was a voucher that said you get X amount of cereal, X amount of this. No. Food stamps used to be paper and it would have like the amount of it. So this is $1. This is $2. Like it would look like almost like fake money. It was white with like brown writing. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't.
I remember we used to go to the corner store
with them dollars. Do you know? I was so excited when I found out you can get subs with.
See, they didn't have that when I used to.
You can get it, but it has to be cold. It can't be a hot sub. It had to be a cold sub. You could do all that.
It's always been hard to qualify for them. I've never qualified for food stamps. And now they're making it even harder with the big, beautiful bill.
They are. So there are a few key provisions of this proposed SNAP changes. So the big, beautiful bill has not passed just yet. But there's something about the way that it's going to pass that they don't need any Democrats. Just the Republicans can pass it. Oh,
yeah, because of the voting. Yeah.
Yes. So some of the provisions here is that work requirements for parents of children age 7 and above. So under this new proposed legislation, parents with children age 7 to 17 will be required to work at least 80 hours per month to qualify for SNAP benefits. So this is going to make a difference from the previous policy where parents of dependent children under 18 were exempt from such work requirements. So as it's always been, in order for you to qualify, all you needed to have was a kid under the age of 18 and you didn't have to work.
So now you're going to have to get childcare.
Now you have to
be able to get food stamps.
It's 8. Okay. So let's go back to this. That's the Democrat side in you. Okay. That's that left. 80 hours a month.
20 hours a week.
20 hours a week.
Okay.
Age 7 and up.
Okay.
So you need to be able to work, if we go daily, 2 hours a day.
What job is 2 hours a fucking day, Carla?
At my point, exactly. So you don't need to work that much. It's very minimal hours. And if your child is 7 and up, they're going to school.
Okay.
So, yes, not every job ends at 3 o'clock. So there is an aspect to that. But I think that in order for you to get food stamps, you can't just stay home, bro. And they're flaws. But I'm just sticking to this right here. I know there are flaws in the system.
It's so simple because it's 20 hours a week. And 7 and up is in school. Ideally, in a perfect world, 7 and up is in school. Mm-hmm. Not everybody 7 and up is in school.
Where they at?
They might have disabilities.
That's different than the SSI. We're talking about...
You still have to work, don't you?
No. Okay. SSI is totally different. Cash assistance is something different.
You still have to get childcare. Just because your child goes to school doesn't mean that the job that you can get is while they're in school. It doesn't mean the only hours are while they're in school.
But have you and I not been as mothers made sure that we made it work and got jobs that worked with our children's schedule?
Yes, but that don't mean everybody can.
Yes, that's the thing.
Some people have to work the closing shift at McDonald's so I can get my fucking fudge sundae at 12 a.m. when I get a little craving.
Cut it out. Close McDonald's at 3 o'clock. Cut McDonald's at 3 o'clock. No more McFlurries.
Some people have to work at Walmart on Thanksgiving Day.
But you know who works those shifts mostly? People ain't got no kids.
That's not fucking true.
It's not. I don't know. I just decided to say that. It's not true. Okay, what I'm saying is it's possible. It's possible. You can get help.
I'm not saying it's impossible. We can go to the next thing.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Because that was just, I'm just focusing on that.
Can we at least agree that makes it a little tougher?
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. It does make it tougher because there's slimmer pickings of jobs. Yes. First time. I like that. Mm-hmm. Look at us growing.
Fucking bitch.
Differential treatment based on marital status.
That is got me.
So, right. Because I don't know how far I want to go with marriage just yet. So the bill includes an exception for married individuals. So if one spouse meets the working requirements, the other spouse may be exempt, even if they're caring for the children and over the age of 7. So this exemption does not extend to single parents. Right. So if you're married, you're able to split that time of the 80 hours.
Or one of you can work and the other one doesn't have to.
Correct.
Right?
But I also...
Nah, bitches gonna be having to stay with raggedy raggedy men.
Ooh, or
men about to win.
Or you can do and believe in yourself a little bit more and go and work. But I also do think that is a benefit of marriage. That's why we're supposed to have a partner in order to do things. We said this last episode.
Yes,
we were single mothers.
Yes,
we were not supposed to do this alone.
This is a part of the conservative right forcing us to fucking get married.
But why? No, it's just for the ones that aren't married.
And they're pressing their heterosexual norms on us because they're going to try to get rid of gay marriage also. Happy Pride Month. They're going to get rid of that. So you can't be lesbian and get your food stamp benefits.
I thought we were just going to focus on this.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know what else they're gonna do, but when I look at this, I say, okay, well, that is a benefit of being married. I know that if I'm not married and I don't have a healthy partner helping me, then I'm gonna have to do more.
I know it's already hard enough for single parents. This just makes it harder.
For sure. Absolutely, and I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
The redefinition of dependent for a SNAP eligibility. So this proposes redefining what dependent children for SNAP purposes means. So lowering the age threshold, like I said earlier, from 18 to under 7. So parents of children that are age 7 and older will be classified as able-bodied adults without dependents, subjecting them to stricter work requirements.
Wait. What that mean?
So basically, if you're able-bodied, so you don't have SSI, you're not disabled, you're able to go to work, you're going to work if your child is over 7. It's not considered a dependent anymore.
Okay.
So they're just redefining the words. This is just wording, and I'm sure that's gonna come up somewhere else to mess somebody else up. There's an agenda there. It feels like there's an agenda there to change in those words in legislation. And then the potential impact, of course, on single parents, which we are, well, at this point, you're just an adult already. But for me, as I have a little one, the legislation proposes the critics are arguing that these changes disproportionately affect single parents, particularly single mothers.
That's right what I'm saying.
Yours is 20.
I'm saying that I agree with this.
Okay. Single parents, particularly single mothers, who may face challenges in securing childcare while meeting the new work requirements. The lack of exemptions for single parents could lead to an increased hardship and potential loss of benefits for this demographic, which can be because now you may have to work less hours, which to be able to keep the food stamps, and therefore you have to work part-time, which does not give you health care, and then you don't qualify for health care. So it's like a whole tumbling thing. What the purpose of this bill is at this point is to save some money, but I think that people should be drug tested before they get food stamps. I think that and weed shouldn't be a part of it. Weed shouldn't be a part of it. I'm talking about
selective conservatism here.
Weed is legal.
Not everywhere.
It is a drug. So weed should not be included in this. So again, everyone should be drug tested in order to get food stamps. Actually, weed should be a part of it because if you shouldn't be smoking weed if you're gonna get the munchies and you can't afford it, now I gotta pay for my taxes. Therefore, weed will be a part of it. Changed my mind. SNAP benefits, drug testing, you need to work minimum amount of hours just because it should be supplemental. I shouldn't be taking care of you. I should supplement what you don't already have. But some of the age requirement and times that maybe if we're going to require you to work, then also we'll support you with 4C, childcare, to be able to keep them after school. That you shouldn't have to pay for. So I think there's some things that we can work on here. Vote for me next time.
Lord, may Carla never be president. Let me just paint a picture for you.
Okay.
You remember, maybe it was a year ago, maybe a little longer. It feels fairly recent where Sami went through several schools.
Was awful.
Right? If you had a regular 9 to 5,
I would have been fucked.
You would have lost your fucking job.
For sure.
That job that you had to have to get your food stamps.
Yes.
This puts people in a very difficult situation.
I agree.
Okay, that's all. Oh
no, I absolutely agree. I just think that it's not a big, beautiful bill. It is things that
it's a big, greasy bitch. Okay, and people about to be hungry out here, and you're gonna feel it. Well, I ain't gonna say that because that's illegal.
I don't even know where you were going. We're just gonna leave it at that. I was gonna feel it where.
I was just saying we ain't gonna be able to purchase. I mean, if less people have them, it's less options to buy them.
What are we buying?
Either you get it or you don't. Don't worry about it.
You got it? We are so lost. Okay, if y'all
Some
get it.
Some people buy food stamps. I'm just saying.
Oh! I hate you so much.
You can't find them like you used to.
You're right. And actually, even today, people be like really stingy with them. And I don't understand why.
And that's going to be even harder.
So I don't think the bill is anywhere near something that needs to be passed just yet.
I feel like we can cut and save and budget somewhere else.
Yeah, by cutting all of their spending. up top.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now Elon pissed off. So he about to put another 250 against Trump. So this is going to be fun to watch. Too bad it's our government and not just Love and Hip Hop.
Yes. And speaking of childcare, you got to go get your baby. So let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this
Yeah. So you can keep your food stamps. So you would be running to get your baby so you could keep your food stamps if this was a different world. Okay.
It is this world.
All right.
Actually, it's the crazy part.
Okay.
That's why, hey, Idea to Launch Productions VIP days. You can get them. We'll launch your podcast in 30 days. We have a self-paced course that you can do. Go ahead and run it up if you're looking for a podcast. Run it up. Share, because I got to pick up Psalm. And it's at 3:30 and benefits.
Yeah.
So I got to keep making money.
You got to keep making money because God forbid you have to go on food stamps.
Well, no. Right now? I mean,
now she's going to be just thinking about this. What if I have to go on food stamps? Why did I say that? Oh, my God.
What would my life look like back at a job? Nah, I'll start at OnlyFans first. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. Shout out to Hi Hello Labs for having us record here yet again. And we'll see you guys next week.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.